So this is the entrance to the VA campus, and the first major intersection that you come to up here, you'll see a sign on the right hand side that says Hospice with a little arrow, and you'll want to turn left and go down to Hospice. You'll start the bird feeding around the back of the West Alabama Hospice building, the Helen Hahn Hospice building. And actually what you'll want to do is just drive straight past the building to get to a roundabout. And then at the roundabout, you will immediately bear to the right, but then go all the way around and continue going straight back to an area that almost looks like a golf cart path. It doesn't really look accessible, but trust me, it is. It's paved all the way back. And you'll want to look out for people out riding their bikes or walking. Sometimes this is a trail that people use around the VA. This is actually the backside of the Tuscaloosa Arboretum. So what we do is we always drive all the way to the turn down here, and you'll see a park bench back here, and that's usually where we just park our vehicle to start the process of filling all the feeders in. So the first thing you'll want to do before you come out here to feed the birds is you'll want to get your bird seed, and you can purchase it either at Home Depot or Lowe's, about $7 a bag, 18-pound bag, and we have found that 2 bags takes care of all the feeders quite well, and probably will leave you a little bit left over, but it's better to have a little left over than not to have enough. We also have found that it's really best to keep your bird seed in an airtight container like these. Home Depot and Lowe's both make these. They're pretty cheap. And inside, we just put the bird seed in, and we use a plastic 1-quart paint mixer, but you could use any type of a plastic cup, solo cup of some sort, just to scoop it out and pour it into the bird feeder. The other thing you're going to want to bring with you is a coat hanger. I've taken a coat hanger and just bent it, kind of put a handle on one end. This end you can use for getting underneath the glass part of the bird feeder where the seed comes out, to unclog it. A lot of times some seed will sprout or it will get gummed up with moisture, and you have to get in there and kind of scrape it to make sure that the bird seed flows so the birds can get it out. So you want to make sure you have something to clean with and something to dish out the seed with before you get over here. That's all. So here we are behind the hospice facility, and as you kind of look around the back, you'll see several screened in like little porches. You'll see a big portico, and we usually start the feeding back around in this direction. You see the gazebo on the right hand side. Well, you want to just walk on in to this area. You actually see one of the bird feeders on the corner of the building right there to the left, and then you'll walk on back to the back to get the bird feeders fed. Once you've almost reached the gazebo, if you look up to the left, you'll see a kind of a plaza area, little tree area. You'll see one feeder right there on the corner of the building, another feeder right up in the middle of the little plaza. Those are the 2 main feeders. We'll see another one over to the left on the other side of the building in a moment. So here's the next feeder on the side. And to take these feeders to fill them, it's easiest to take them off the hook and set them down on the ground, and then just fill it from the top like that. And when you get through, just close it back up, lift it back up, and hook it back onto the shepherd's hook like that. A lot of times in this area right here, it'll get clogged up. And so you just want to kind of scrape it back and forth. Sometimes you can take the glass and just lift it up just a tidge. Same thing on this side over here, and just make sure that the feed can actually come out for the birds to get to it. There we go. These round feeders, you just take them off of the hook and slide that metal cap up the wire to gain access inside. Really easy to get to. And again, use your coat hanger wire to clean out any of those holes if they're filled up. Okay. So once you get to the garden here, on the side, there's just a nice little garden here. And you'll notice it has a little bird bath on the rock there. There's one feeder over in front of this window right here. You'll see it hiding behind that bush. And if you look to the right side, you'll see one of those cylindrical feeders. And then way in the back corner there, looks like it's hanging off of the birdhouse there, but way back by the water bib and hose, there's a cylindrical feeder there as well. You can go ahead and kind of walk around to the other side, but usually what I end up doing is I'll go back down to where I started at my truck, and then I'll just bring my truck and turn it around and bring it all the way back up to the other side towards the front, because there's just one other area in the front that has to be addressed. So as you come back from where you're parked down at the back side, you come back up this cart path along the back side, or the east side, and as you come around to this right turn here to go back where you started from, there's one last little area back here in the back that has one that's nestled way back in there. You may be able to see it like center screen, right on the edge of that little screen porch back there. So make sure you take care of that one, and then we'll go to the very front parking lot and show you where the last feeder is. So once I finished up going with all the little gardens on the back side and the side of the hospice facility, you come back out to the front parking lot here, and there's a really pretty little sitting area, and then off to the very front there's this rose garden with a little sitting area, and if you look real closely on the back side of it, you'll see a bird feeder hanging right there. That's the last one that you service before you leave. And it doesn't get used as much as the others, but usually it's food every other time. We'll see how it looks today.